Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're making spaghetti in the Foodie Ninja. Today I've also made it in the Instapot, which came out really good also. So you can use either or as long as they're a 6-quart. That's what I use for both of them. So I'm going to add an onion, sweet onion, to my pot. And I'm going to add 1 clove of garlic minced. And Daryl likes a lot of meat, so I'm going to add a half a thing of breakfast sausage to it. And then to that, I'm going to add a Costco 1.34 to be exact pound of hamburger meat. I'm going to put this on saute, start. I'm going to saute this, and to this now I'm going to add, I used fresh parsley this time, so I'm using 2 tablespoons of parsley, fresh, 1 tablespoon of fresh Parmesan, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of garlic salt. And I'm going to add that to it. And let this cook down. And when this cooks down, all we're going to do is drain this and come back to you. But let me show you how this is going to work. Daryl does though, and I do too. I like a lot of meat in my spaghetti. So we're going to do it this way and show you how I do. I've never seen one where you add the sausage and everything to it. So we're just going to do this and let this all come together. And as soon as it comes together, I'm going to come back to you and show you what it looks like. Okay, everyone. The meat has browned. I have drained the grease off. And what I used for my ground meat, I forgot to tell you, was 85.15. It was from Costco, so that's what I used. So now that I have the meat drained and I have everything in the pot, I'm going to go ahead and start adding everything that I need to do. Now, like I said, I used to have an Instapot, and I absolutely loved that thing. Me and it had special days together. I had it for 7 years, and it died. So now I'm stuck using this Ninja Foodie, which, I mean, it's okay. The only problem I have with this Ninja Foodie is it's a lot heavier than the Instapot. And they're the same quart size and everything, but this thing is so much heavier. But it is what it is, and I'm just thankful I have one and I can still cook. So what we're going to do is we're going to layer this spaghetti, and I use this spaghetti, and it's 1 pound. And what we're going to do is layer it. This will prevent it from sticking really bad together while it's under pressure. Just kind of fan it out. So I broke these in half, and now I'm just adding them. This is really a simple recipe, and it is so good, and everybody enjoys it. Daryl, this is one of Daryl's favorite recipes I think I've ever made. And over the years, like I said, I've been doing it for like 7 years. So over the years, I have perfected it and made it my own and did whatever I needed to do to it. Okay, so now I have the noodles in there. So with the noodles, I'm going to add 2 jars of 24-ounce Trader Joe's tomato basil. You can use whichever brand you want to use, whatever, you know. Normally I use the Razzoos, however you say it, to put in here. And all we're going to do is cover the noodles with these 2 jars. Just to make sure all the noodles are actually covered. And Shirley, this one goes out to you. Thank you so much for all the subscribers that joined me because of Shirley. And Shirley actually loves this recipe. So I'm going to smush this in. And Shirley is from Following the Yellow Brick Road. And she has a great channel. And she actually just got through going through surgery, and she's fixing to go out on the road again pretty soon. So we're so thankful for that. And let's see. I'm trying to get all this in the water. I mean, in the spaghetti sauce. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take, this is 3 cups of water. And I'm just going to put half of it in here and seal it up and try to go around the edge with it and get all the stuff out of my jars. 3 cups of water to 2 cups of these. I mean, 2 jars of these. I'm sorry. And put this in here. But Shirley has. She's gone through a lot in the past couple of months. Past few months, actually. But I'm so thankful that everything is going good with her now. Daryl and I both are. We've done a lot of traveling with Shirley. And see how I'm going around the edges? That's what you want to do. These are 24-ounce jars that I'm using. I'm trying to cover these up for some reason. Okay. Let's see. All right. That ought to be pretty good. And now what we're going to do, now if you're in a high altitude place, you're going to have to readjust this. Because of the fact that high altitude, you have to cook it longer and you have to add more water. So what I would suggest is if you're in a high altitude place, you're going to have to add at least 2 more tablespoons to it. And I would increase it at least by 1 minute. Test it, see how it comes out, and then go back. And if it's still not done, will not add any more liquid to it. Just go ahead and cook it again for another minute or 2. But I wouldn't do like 10 minutes or anything like that. I would do a minute to a minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that. But altitude out here will get you. Trust me. All right, I have my top on. I'm going to seal the vent. It's on seal. I'm going to hit start. I'm going to hit pressure. It's on high pressure. And I'm going to do this for 8 minutes. And I'm going to hit start, and that's all I'm going to do. And when it's going to take probably 15-20 minutes to come up to pressure, to be honest with you. And then when it does come up to pressure, then it'll take the 8 minutes, and then we're going to do a quick release with the seal vent. So you're not going to do a long one. If you're doing meats and stuff, you definitely want to make sure that you do a slow release, not, just let it go and vent on its own, because if you don't, it'll make your meat and stuff very, very, very tough. But this right here, you want to go ahead and do a quick release and check it, and then see if you need to add more time to it depending on where you're living. We'll be back to you in 8 minutes. Okay, y'all, what I've done is let it cook for the 8 minutes. It took about 10 minutes to come underneath pressure, so it's a total of about 18 minutes. And now I'm going to take the top off and see what it looks like, which it looks good. And I'm going to stir this up, and I'm going to let it sit for about 4 minutes before I dish it up. I have some garlic bread right here that I made from some sourdough, because I'm into making fresh sourdough bread now. And we're going to have that along with it. Oh, this looks really good, y'all. But so this right here, it's got a lot of meat in it too, which Daryl really likes. And then I have some, like I said, some fresh Parmesan that I'm going to put on top of it when it's done. Anytime you can use fresh, it's so much better than using that green jarred stuff. So we're going to let this sit for about 4 minutes. And I'm going to dish it up, and I'm going to show y'all what it looks like at the final step. But really and truly, how much easier can this be? I mean, I've spent maybe 10 minutes doing this. I have one pot dirty. I didn't have to boil the noodles, so I saved water there, being in an RV, which is very important. And now I have everything done, and all I'm going to have to do is wash one pot. So how much easier can this get? So stay tuned. We'll be back in about 10 minutes when the bread's done, and I'm going to show you how everything came out. Okay, everyone. What we're going to do now is recap what I've done. I took a pound and 3.4 hamburger meat of the 8515, a half a block of the breakfast sausage, brown that up with the onion, the 1 clove of garlic, which was a big clove of garlic. I put a teaspoon of oregano. I put a teaspoon of what is it called? Garlic salt. I put a tablespoon, which I used fresh, so I used 2 tablespoons of parsley, and I put a tablespoon of fresh Parmesan cheese in there. Brown that up. Then I chopped up, cut my my spaghetti in half, laid it down, and then added 2 24-ounce jars of marinara spaghetti sauce, whichever you want to use. After I did that, I put the spaghetti sauce on top of it, and then I added 3 cups of water around the edge. I put it on, turned it on 8 minutes, which took 10 minutes to come underneath the pressure and 8 minutes to cook. And now here's the end result. And it's one pot, so you don't have to worry about all of the dirty dishes and everything else. You just have one pot to deal with. And everything is good. It's all soft. And I'm just going to add, I made some sourdough bread, and then I put some butter, and I put the Johnny's seasoning on top of it. And now I'm just going to add some spaghetti on here, and I'm going to add some fresh Parmesan cheese that I grated and put it on top. And we're going to call it a meal. This is very easy and so good. Everyone should try this. Thank you so much for enjoying this video. And if you did enjoy it, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank y'all so much. Have a great afternoon.